Alright, so today we're at the shopping center. Should be a little bit slower because of the rain. Catching a break in the middle of it so that way we can hopefully walk around, switch it up a little bit from the indoor practice we got the other day. Got the GPS tracker on Roux here, as well as the anti-bark collar. We just want to try to give him some sort of consequence for barking and startling people, but really try to redirect him beforehand for some for praise and treats. We're going to work a little bit on the walking behavior from the pulling, with maybe a little bit of recall, but we're not going to concentrate too much on that right now. Partly because I want him to get distracted by the environment and follow his nose a little bit to give himself a break from his social anxieties. But also because I really want to concentrate on him seeing and redirecting with just people. Roux. Yes, good boy. Roux, come. Yes, good boy, sit. Good job. Good boy. Using higher value treats for the few times we can get him to redirect. Using a lot of patience as well, because I really want him to come back on his own as opposed to me having to pull him back. Still using the leash just like with the walking exercises, just to create a boundary, especially when getting too close to people or approaching the road or things like that. Still do little exercises using these poles while we're out. Like I'll just go this way. Good boy, yes. And then give him that confirmation. And then I want to go back here. Yes. This way. Good boy. Sit. Very good. Good job. So whenever there isn't anybody nearby, do little drills like that to work on some of the walking behavior as well. So far, unfortunately, he's only seemed to be reactive with darker skinned individuals. So we'll see if that's a continued pattern. Looking back at the Lowe's trip, he did really well with females and lighter skinned gentlemen. So a little unsure. I want to just see if the reaction is worse with somebody with darker skin, or a male or large. It's good about being able to work out in more of this public space. where he's got a little bit more of his nose to keep him distracted, as well as some more space away from people. As you can tell the difference already in his body language, he's a lot more relaxed. His tail isn't tucked down underneath his legs. He seems just generally more interested in everything else that's going on and just less weary. So here will be a good trial. Oh, no, he's going into the store. That's fine. I'm just keeping him moving forward right now in hopes of running into a few more people. Good boy. That was good. He just seemed interested in smelling her. Roux. Good boy. Okay, this person's about to exit out of the door. Good boy. Roux. Yes, good boy. Very good. Good job. Good boy. Thanks. So just practicing that name response will redirect when he's not distracted, so that way whenever he does get fixated or looks like he's gonna start to bark at somebody, we'll already kind of have him warmed up. Do another session at the PetSmart one day when the weather is a little bit nicer. Gotta be mindful of all the trash that's on the ground as well. Should hopefully have enough battery to get to the target, maybe back up to the Lowe's, maybe a lap around there as well. We'll just try to stay out as long as possible until it starts pouring down on us again. He does better on the leash in the home, and he's definitely getting better with redirecting and listening to his name. So I think that helps. Definitely got to get him to a higher discipline of that so we can get him to maintain focus when there's so many distractions like there are right now out here. So I want him to go this way. Good boy. So we got a family coming up here. We'll take the outside route. Right. I'll give them some space to go inside. Well, you can kind of tell he's a little concerned moving away. The bed went inside, so you can definitely see the times when he's uncomfortable with somebody. He'll definitely move away from them, whereas the times when he is comfortable with somebody, he's more likely to go up behind them or try to go towards them to smell them. It's going to be really important to pay close attention to that body movement of his, because that should prompt you onto how to react. Most of the time it's going to be just getting his attention first anyways, and then noticing if the person does want to meet him and he does seem curious, then allowing that engagement. But then if somebody does want to greet him and he's trying to avoid the situation or seems really uncomfortable, maybe just telling the person to pretend like he's not there and let him kind of walk up from behind him, so that way there's no pressure and you can just smell him or her. And that usually works really well. The main thing is he has to feel the ability to move in and out to be comfortable. If we try to stifle that, either by holding him back or trying to push him forward, it just makes him more uncomfortable. And the more uncomfortable he is, the more likely he is to overreact and bark and lunge. Boy, good PT. This is actually a really good day for it, just because there's still people coming in and out, but it's not super busy and overwhelming for him. Sidewalks aren't too crowded or packed, so it's easy to make space and or give him breaks if he starts getting overwhelmed. Okay. So I'm just gonna keep going. Good boy. Just like with the cone exercise and drill, I'm just going to keep guiding him to where I want him to go. If we want to give him a break or time to stop, we will, in case we are running out of room on the sidewalk and there's a gentleman approaching or something. All right. Good, man. How are you? And that's good. In this case here, he's so interested in everything that he doesn't even notice. We'll see if he notices the gentleman with the cart there. All right. Good. Starting to pull towards him. Roux. Roux. Yes, good boy. Come. This way. Yes, good boy. Very good. Good boy. Good job. Okay. At least he does have that good habit down of when he does redirect, he'll come in and sit for a treat. Took a couple tries there, but he eventually did pull himself away. So this is going to be the busiest part, and there's a pup over there too, which is perfect. I'm going to try to hustle him along so that way you can see them before they leave. I think they already went in. Might have been a service dog, I guess. Like I said, on a nicer weather day, it'd be good to kind of just sit here and let everybody go in and out, and having him practice seeing people and redirecting back to us. All right there. Good boy. See his whole body is a little bit on the stiff side. Just looking. All right. Good boy. Yes. Roux. Come. Good job. That was good. Kind of peeled back in on his own. Roux. right? So we really need to get his attention there. He's trying to move too quickly towards the person with a child. It definitely seems interest, but something like that could really scare somebody and get him in a lot of trouble. Good boy. Come. Roux, come. So that time, because I've given him a few opportunities to comply and he didn't, then I'm going to force the issue, because in a lot of these scenarios it's not going to be good if he just ignores us when we're asking him to listen momentarily. So we're going to need to press the issue a little bit. I would like him to do it more or as much as possible on his own, but if necessary, kind of make it so, good boy, there you go, just like that, right? Kind of make it so he has that consequence of, hey, I'm going to ask you to pay attention and come back to me, but if you don't listen, then I'm going to make you, right? So having just that simple consequence there, so you can't just ignore a command. That just comes with consistency. Roux. Roux. Yes. Boy. Alright. So same thing there. Said his name. Gave him a chance to break his own fixation. Said it again. Applied a little bit of leash pressure. Got his attention. Rewarded him for his attention. That's all I really want, is his focus and his attention. If we got that, then we can give him commands, we can tell him what to do, we can tell him what not to do, we can tell him where to go. But unless we have that focus, we can't really do anything. Good boy. Yes, good job. Alright. A little bit of a lull. The rain is starting to pick up, so I'm gonna go and try to make it back to Lowe's. There's another gentleman with a cart. Seems to be doing well there. That's good. Good boy.
Hey, you can clear them off, too.
I cleared Bill.
You know what's the bank?
Okay.
Just the bank.
Gotcha.
Good boy. Alright, so kind of letting him get that exposure, get used to people around, moving, talking, things like that. Gonna go ahead and head into the Walmart, see if there are any opportunities in there, and we'll loop back around. important while working with them to take into consideration your surroundings. Generally, if you're going to be near doors, people can suddenly come in and out, and that could startle them as well. So sometimes it's good practice, sometimes it could be too much. So you really have to just make sure that you're aware of that. Alright, this is actually an ideal setup because of all the big windows, I can clearly see who's about to come in and out. Roux. Good boy. Yes. Good job. So just practicing his name. Not letting him pull too bad. Getting him used to being out and about with people. Hopefully a couple pups. Still a little early, so I think people are still at work, but we'll see if there's any pups in there. So I'm going to pause here for a moment. I'm going to try to preload a treat in my other hand. That way, in case I need his attention and I can get it, I can quickly reward him afterwards. Okay. Alright. I'm going to hold the leash in a little bit closer. I'm going to try to keep it loose as much as possible. It definitely makes that a little bit difficult. Ooh, pee pee. No, don't pee there too. Come on. Yeah, be careful, because even though he's potty trained, hey, how you doing? Good boy. Even though he's potty trained, if somebody else pees inside, definitely kind of entices him to do the same. Alright, just checking out some toys. So same thing here. Oh, watch your head, bud. So if I want him to turn around, good boy, yes. Good job. Not interested. Good boy, this way. Yes, good job. Okay, I want to go left. Good. And go left. Good. Good. That was good. Saw the tall gentleman there, didn't bark. Somebody else peed there, so we're gonna move away. This way, big guy. Good to try to keep him from bumping into the glass or anything. Oh, look at that thing. This way, big guy. Good boy. Oh, you're going that way. Sorry.
I'm sorry, bro.
No, I was just trying to get out of your way. Good boy. Oh, it's okay. Easy. Yes, good boy. Thank you. Oh. Alright. So, pretty empty this time, unfortunately. Okay. Good boy. Right, it's starting to pick up a little bit. Doing well so far. The main thing too with his leash manners is as soon as he starts to hardline pull, to always do something to correct it, whether it's a stop, change direction, get his attention. Just not allowing him to continuously pull hard forward towards either a smell or hi, how you doing? Anything interesting? Good boy. Did good there. He does listen a little bit better for the hot dogs, so start using those a little bit more during his training exercises. It's important you and using things like people food, try to go as healthy as possible. Lower sodium hot dog, turkey dogs, less fat, things like that can go a long way for pups, especially if we're gonna be, feeding him a normal-ish portion of it every day. Once he gets back home and you have less training sessions, then it won't be as big of a deal. But especially for training purposes, we want to try to reward him as often as possible, especially at first, and then wean him off as soon as he becomes more consistent and responsive. So what we'll do is we'll let him wait here. Good boy. Hi. Good boy, wait. Yes, good job. All right. So when I ask him to wait, it's an important wait that we're not just holding him back, right? We're giving him that wait command, and then if he starts to move, we'll use a little, oh, you're okay, bud. We'll use a little bit of that leash pressure to help correct him for moving. Good boy. But the main thing is when not just holding him back the whole time. Good boy, let's go. Doing really good. Trying to get him used to being out in public a little bit more in just a couple areas before reintroducing to new overwhelming areas for him. But gonna definitely test him out this weekend with hopefully some busier places. Hopefully you'll be able to join us. Alright, so we got a good crowd of people coming up. So what I'm gonna do, just move over to the side so that way he doesn't feel overwhelmed with a big mob approaching him head on, but let him see them coming from the side. And that way it'll also give us time and space in case we need to tell him to sit, stay. Wait, bud. Hi, how you doing? Good boy. Oh no, you want to say hi? No. Easy. Easy, big guy. Good boy. Come on. Right, so that's why you want to make sure that you have as much space as you can on the side there. You did good. You just seemed really interested, and they didn't seem scared, so it worked out well. Another thing that you could also do in instances like that is just turn around and start walking the other way. That way, if you're in a tight spot, you know, he doesn't really have room to overreact or jump on somebody or bark at them or lunge at them. Alright. I'll try to make a quick jaunt through the lows here. He's definitely interested in kids. Yeah, which is fine. Just have to be stay mindful of that. Be ready to redirect him or hold him back so he doesn't jump on them or startle them. I'm gonna try to get him disciplined enough that he can remain in like a sit stay or a sit stay. Those exercises are definitely getting better. He's a lot more antsy. I'll record one to show you, but he's getting better. And it can be extremely difficult for him to stay still, especially if somebody's coming in that he's anxious of and can't move away from them. It can be difficult. Or if somebody's coming towards him that he's excited for and he can't go in to greet them, that's also difficult. So he's kind of got a little on the rough end from both ends there. Boy, so I'm just gonna make myself a little space this way. Boy, just kind of reading him. Good boy, you're okay. All right, we got the sounds there. A couple bigger gentlemen walking towards him. Tails down. Seems a little bit more unsure of his location. Definitely pulling a little bit harder just to kind of get away from everything. Doesn't even know what he's trying to get away from. Okay, this will actually be a good opportunity to use these. Try to get him in some practice. This way, big guy. Good boy. Nice and loose. This way. Okay. Okay. This way. Good boy. Okay. So just using this as a little bit of an obstacle course. Kind of force his attention a little bit. Good boy. This way. Roux, wait. Wait. Good boy. So you can kind of see, especially in those situations when he starts to get overwhelmed, starts pulling a little bit more because he's nervous, giving him that structure and that guidance can really help, as opposed to concentrating on telling him what not to do, like not, hey, don't pull, don't go that way, don't go that way. Actually giving him something to do. Hey, Roux, follow me this way. Good boy. This way, big guy. Roux. Yes, good boy. Alright. So that way when we do that anyways, we're still accomplishing the same goal of telling him what way not to go. At the same time, giving him something else to do. And especially when he's kind of in panic mode here. Good boy. It'll be important to give him something else to focus on. Good job, big guy. He's definitely a little overwhelmed, so I'm gonna head out here for him, give him a little break. Oh, different one, bud. Come on, this way. This way. All right. Good boy, this way. Hi. Okay, okay. Easy. Easy. Wait. Wait. All right. Good boy. Okay. So even if he's pulling almost especially out of fear, we don't want him to just continue doing that. Giving him a moment to settle himself, redirecting him back to us, getting that focusing, trying to calm him down a little bit. Boy. So definitely see the abrupt change just from a slight change in environment, right? A slightly more enclosed space with a slightly higher density of people, and that was enough to kind of make him on edge. I think also the sounds did not help him either. He did pretty well though. Until coming back outside, he's already a little bit more relaxed. Good boy. Definitely not pulling as much. Alright. Car coming. Alright, so we're gonna go ahead and pause the video here. Good boy. Hey, say hi. Good boy. Wait. Good boy, good wait. Good boy, good wait. Roux. Yes, good boy. Wait. Right, so definitely much better. Good boy. Hey. You wanna sit by? Or are you too distracted? Good boy. Wait. Good. Sit. Good boy. Very good.